Hello, hello, hello. And just mic checking myself. Welcome to another one line of code. I am One Lion. And things are fun at the moment. Things are great. Things are fantastic. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you for those of you that are here. Hello, TBD. Hello, Good VJ. Hello, Dukasoft and Diedrich. Diedrich, you were the first to chat today. I don't know if that's something to care about or not. Looks like I'm in the UK. Let's find out where we are. More importantly, when we are. This is Birmingham, UK on, man, this is small. The 15th of July. Or sometime in July. Sorry. Sometime in July around 6 p.m., 1800. So you are correct. We are in the UK today. Oh no, what's going on, headphones? Don't do this. My headphones are doing the, they're using the telecon setting. I need you guys to switch to being stereo, please. Regular, old, stereo. I'm gonna disconnect. Oh no. I'm gonna disconnect my headphones and reconnect them. That's not going to be good for trying to do community day. Ropex headphones. Oh, no worries. No worries at all, Good BJ. Oh, yay. That sounds like they are back to normal. I just need to get audio going back through OBS for myself. While I'm doing so, I want to welcome you in. And actually, I'm not ready to welcome you in still because I need to get the bot connected. And in order to get the bot connected, I need to get the bot running. And in order to get the bot running, I need to run it in Visual Studio. Actually, wait a minute. Supposedly, it is running. Connect with Twitch. Okay, that's cool. Are you the one that's running on? Yeah, I'm definitely getting messages.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I got a great feeling about this. Okay, who is running on 7269? You are running on 7231, so I'm going to stop you because it looks like the one that's running as a service is doing what it's supposed to do, which means that I need to switch out the archery browser source for the right one as soon as I get my audio going in my earballs. Oh, wait, I had audio going in my earballs. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to hear the I got a bad feeling about this. Where's my music, man? I can hear it. Whoops. Just really quiet, that's all. No, and then it switched back my headphones. This is going to be a fun one. All right, settings. Which audio source are you trying to use? Discord. Realtek Digital out with crisp microphone audio. My crisp is set to use the Yeti. My speakers are trying to... No, that's right. What's going on with my headphones? I don't want to have issues hearing you. Settings. Oh, you know what it probably is? Let's say you. Headphones, Aeropex by Aftershock. Close that. Sorry. Nothing still. Oh, what am I doing? One more time. I'll be ready shortly, I promise. This is the issue with doing audio related things. Am I having fun time? What's going on, headphones? What are you doing? Let's close this, close you. Man, and I see there's already questions and stuff for Community Day. Today is Community Day, and we will have it, and we will talk about things. It sounds like we do have a conversation that has already started. I will read that very, very soon. I'm not ready for anyone in Discord yet, but we will be. Okay, so headphones, cooperate with me. All right, Crisp, is it you? Let's switch you to something else, such as okay, and then back to the Yeti microphone. Still nothing. What if I switched audio here for my monitoring device? Change you to LG TV. Give it a second. Okay. And then switch that back. Yeah, let me get rid of whatever this is. Move. Switch that back to my headphones for my monitoring device. Goodness. Why? Let me change you to this. Something's gotta work for me. If I can't hear you, I won't be able to have conversation with you the way we're supposed to do, or not supposed to, the way I have chosen to do on Community Day. So we're gonna figure this out. While I'm waiting, or not waiting, while you're waiting for me, I'm gonna say hello to everyone again and read through chat. Looks like you're in the UK. Avast me, matey, finally you're here. Kind of, your ear. What about my ears? You knew about my ears. That's what's going on. That must have been the sunny day, the one sunny day of the century. And then Emporium Guy says hello. We just had a shout out, but shout out for Emporium Guy. Check him out whenever he streams. Great.net streams. You may see him announce when he streams every now and then in our Discord. Is it you that's causing it? What if I turned these two devices off? Why can't I turn this one off? Anything? Headphones? Nope. No change. Close this. I am going to exit Discord and come back to it. Something is holding on to my... Oh, I know exactly what it is. I have this open. And so it's treating my headset as an audio device, as a communication device right now. And if I close this, there. Oh my goodness. So here's the good news though. I got my bass guitar hooked up to the computer with no extra staticky noise, and it's a nice clean sound, so I can record that way. I tried using the, oh dang it, I shouldn't have clicked that. I tried using the I don't even know what it's called, the cable that comes with Rocksmith, which is a USB cable, but the audio doesn't come through strong enough. And then just recently, as I was putting the guitar down, I realized that the potentiometer for one of the volumes for one of the pickups is loose and it rattles. And I'm thinking that my poor soldering job from 2004, 2005 has finally just given up and said, I am actually no longer connected. So I need to open up the guitar and fix the soldering job if I can. That's gonna be fun. So anyway, good times all around. Let's see. So must have been the sunny day is where we were. Good VJ apologized. Emporium Guy said hello. Diedrich says, so I have a few questions if I may ask, and it definitely is a good day to ask questions. We will talk about it and we will spend time on it. Peter is here. He says, better for some kinds of conversation, just turn off the sound and nod approvingly from time to time. Oh, I will do my best to do that, even while I'm listening. Why did he put listening in air quotes? So then TBD says to Peter, like when my daughter wants to tell me about school drama. Diedrich says, so recently I got back into C# and .NET and MAUI, but documents are so scarce too on the APIs. All right, we will talk about that. Today is Friday the 13th. Oh, that's what's going on with my headphones. And it was myself that set myself up. Boo. And so basically I'm having a hard time creating a login and register feature that will connect to MySQL DB. And TBD says, scarce on what? On actually using MAUI? On MAUI APIs? I don't know about that. I haven't done that yet, but we will definitely talk. And Peter said, oh, you posted in the Discord too. Yeah, I can't help except to say, find an example of a similar app, which we will most likely end up doing. We'll look at their most recent, pretty much the app that I'm sure they're going to, that I think they will be using at .NET Conf to show all of the new MAUI features in .NET 9. Been browsing YouTube, documentation, and Google. So there are a lot. Yeah, we're going to get to that, and we will definitely talk about that for a while. So let me finish getting through chat, and then we will move to that. Where are we at? Peter says to Diedrich, find a code example on GitHub, ideally. Thindle is here. Hello, Thindle. We got a shout out that went out for you. We got a shout out that went out for TBD. So let's start with TBD. TBD is an amazing .NET developer. I mean, everyone that is streaming and is a part of this community is an awesome person. They are amazing. Check them out if you have the time. But TBD works on a project management, project planning type of application. Think Jira or Azure DevOps, except for developers, geared towards developers, geared towards the project itself, and not losing things in backlog or concerning yourselves with things that you really shouldn't be concerning yourself with. Separation of concerns, essentially. So yeah, it's a really cool looking project. He uses a lot of really cool technologies. I'm looking at my little invisible. There's actually nothing right here, but it's where I'm looking to find the information. So he is using a whole bunch of really cool technologies. His front end is in Angular, and his back end has just all sorts of communication connections that are above my head. Yeah, just check out his stream, ask him questions. On the 27th, which is 2 weeks from now, he will be having his own community day as well at 7 a.m. Eastern time, UTC -4. And yeah, so check that out. Thindle got it a shout out as well. Thindle is another amazing person and .NET developer. He works a lot on modernizing an existing application. It's an e-commerce type of application, and he went from .NET Framework, or actually web forms, through .NET Framework, through .NET Core. He migrated it all to .NET Core. He's doing an admin page using Blazor. And yeah, I missed his stream on Tuesday because I was out, but I did see you go live, and I was there in spirit. Thindle said, I was planning on joining today, but like 2 hours ago, my nose opened up like a faucet and my throat started hurting. No, I'm sending some love, some healing your way. Hopefully it's nothing like the flu or anything. And TBD was responding to Diedrich. MAUI itself isn't the thing that communicates with MySQL. You're going to use an ORM, like an ID framework, for that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to that. I haven't done authentication in a MAUI application yet. We were going to do that with the financial management tracker, which is our stream project, which you can check out, but I haven't hooked any of that up. And it's gonna be pretty much the same thing where you have a HTTP client for your MAUI application for if you're targeting Windows or Android or iOS, and you have a backend service that your HTTP client would be talking to, and that backend service will be the one that handles all of your authentication and stuff and sending the authentication credentials to your front end application. But we'll get to that. This is all just preview of what's to come. This does not feel like good timing for this. Oh, I hope it's nothing major. I really, really do. Well, I chose MAUI because it's cross-platform, so less graph. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And then TBD was asking when I was switching my microphone to a different source, if I muted or did you mute? And it was me. It was me. Peter said to Thindle, happy weekend. many emojis back and forth. Then Diedrich said, not necessarily less graph, just different graph. There is a lot less that we have to manage when we set up a new .NET MAUI application. Are you using Blazor? Are you using the MAUI Hybrid template, or are you using XAML for your UI? Just wondering. Asking for a friend. Then said, I had some plans for Sunday through Tuesday, still hoping that it's just a fluke. Me too. Like me sniffling something I shouldn't have sniffed. Sniffing. Why do I see an L in there? Man. You're a little loud. At least in my ears. Diedrich says that might be, but it's different from something like Angular with Node.js or Django. Peter says to Diedrich, MAUI is honestly just the UI, so it is not that different from a web app. And Big Gamey is here. Hello, Big Gamey. We did get a shout out for Emporium Guy. Big Gamey will be coming up soon. Big Gamey. So first is Emporium Guy. I honestly don't know what you work on. And thank you so very much for the Gigantify. What is that? Anyway, I honestly don't know what you work on. I have been lurking in your streams, but I haven't had the volume turned up very loud most of the time because it really does tend to happen in the middle of my workday. And I'm usually like hyper focused around that time. It happens on just about everyone's stream that I lurk on, but I try to lurk on a lot of people's streams and energetically give productive energy type stuff while I'm there, because I really love supporting all of the amazing people in this community. And you guys are just fantastic and deserve to have all the love, all the views, and more. We're just gonna go with that for now. Let's just do that. Do the thing. Stay there. Okay. There's more conversation around the mount. You know what? Well, I don't know. We are just kind of talking, so we'll stay on this scene for a little bit longer. I was gonna say you guys can look at my browser that's just sitting there doing nothing right now. It's just showing the stream application, and we won't even be doing that today, so not really worth looking at that. Not really worth looking at this, but whatever. Need to maybe take a different approach to this. Hopefully I'll get through chat and then we'll be able to talk about it, but it looks like you're having a lot of conversation in chat going on, which is amazing, and I love that, but hopefully I'll be able to catch up. I'll try not to interrupt or respond to too many things. Hello, Napalm. Right, so tbdgamer says, I get it, not trying to be flippant with it, but yeah, looking at your question in Discord, MAUI is not the thing talking to the database, so your searching may be yielding some messy results. It's mostly, nope, we'll get to it. Just cores. Cores is going to be a thing. Then Peter said to Diedrich, general advice, this is important. Try and implement it. You can always go back and fix problems later just before you ship. And that's probably something we can try today. We can set up a MySQL server and have a project that can create that can connect to it and talk to it. Fix before you ship, but that is a long way away. Just do it. So we can just do a quick POC. I have no idea how hard it's going to be, but we can learn together. I think he likes that. Peter said, try to build something, anything specific, just do it. Diedrich said, I have been at this for a few days now, so any directional pointing would be appreciated. Guac is here. Hello, Guacamole. Hiya. tbdgamer said to Diedrich, so pointing you at APIs or something is a vague question. What progress have you made? Maybe update the post in the Discord with where you are, what you've looked at and where you're struggling specifically, or do that here. But also update Discord if you are looking for some follow-up afterwards. Peter says, I like this advice. Thindle says, missing Tuesday. You didn't miss anything really. I played Satisfactory. I did see that. I did see that. Was I lurking on your stream? I'm kind of remembering logging in and lurking, or maybe you just had it in your stream and go live announcement, and I saw that, but I was driving, so I most likely didn't do anything to distract myself from the road. Dixoff says, I was satisfied. Thanks for the stream. President Not Sure says, maybe it's reading glasses time. For what? These are my reading glasses, and these are my everyday normal glasses. And there's a lot of people that are collabing. That's crazy. President Not Sure said I had to go that route. Big Gamey said hot dog, hot diggity dog. Oh my gosh, what is that, Big Gamey? That is not a hot dog. Hot dogs don't wobble like that, do they? But I appreciate the bits. Hi Twitch, welcome in. And I like how Twitch is claiming the cheer when you do a Gigantify. Bindle said to Dukasoff, I'm always satisfied when you show up. And Big Gamey says, ah, thanks. TBD said, my, that's a wavy wiener. Teatrix said, so my project has no Blazor, and currently it's SAML and C# with MVVM. Cool. All right, so we won't use Blazor. I won't guarantee, or I won't make any attempts really to do too much UI. We'll just see where it goes. Thindle said, and we love you for that. TBD gifted 2 subs to the community. Thank you so very much for that. And they were random subs, and it was for President Not Sure and Emporium Guy. And so TBD was very happy with that. So cool. I would have thought that you chose them. 2 people that are prominently on our channel hanging out a lot. Thank you. Napalm says, happy community day, Friday, etc. Hey, Napalm. No sound from me, though. It should be working. Does seem to be working. Big Gamey. Yeah, I'll get to the end of chat and then I'll find out if you can hear. I can neither confirm nor deny whether I have. Oh, when Dukasoff said, put that thing away, Big Gamey. That's a you thing, Napalm. iOS Twitch app is a piece of poo. No. And President Not Schnur says, thanks, TBD. Big Gamey says, back for some archery after. Wait, don't do archery yet. I need to turn on the right one. Refresh the browser. Make sure that it is loading. It is loading. Disembodied voice. Okay. Let me test it out. Should be working. Yes. Shoot. 680. Too high. 5. 4.5. Yes. Okay, there you go. Only reason I say Discord, where are we? Only reason I say Discord sometimes it's less broken than the chat stream if we get talkative. True. Yeah, I agree with that. Those are transition lenses. Nope, they're just glasses. No Blazor. Off to a positive start. There'll be none of that now. No, you can definitely have your opinions about it. Internal server error. Oh my gosh. You know what else I forgot? I am so prepared. Model. Open Orca. Load. I need to see if I even, well, it has to be running, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get to this. Did that actually break archery though? It's highly possible that when it wasn't able to do the chat, unless I do have try catch in there somewhere. Oh, apparently we're at the desktop. Let me get this. Other people. Okay. Automated realms. Hello. Did we get you loaded up? Okay, question man. And it will respond with a heading. Come on, dude. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, I think it did. It just doesn't echo to my chat when Automated Realms responds. Hello, I am Gian? Happy Fry, yay! Hello, Rob Lang Dev. So many amazing people here. Okay, almost there. Dad joke, and the other bot gives a joke that said, I had a rough day, and then somebody went and ripped the front and back pages from my dictionary. It just goes from bad to worse. And then Dukasoft Bot's joke is, what do you do when you see a spaceman? Park your car, man. All right, Dukabot. That one was about on par with the other bot's joke. All right, the Automated Realms is there. So did I pronounce your name correctly? Is it I am Gian or is it Imgion? Or am I anywhere even close? Does gaming niche pays good nowadays? Planning to niche down. I'm not exactly sure what the question really means, but if you're asking if game dev is profitable, I'm not really the person to ask because I'm not a game dev. But software development, yeah, definitely definitely can be used to make a living. Peter said, stepped away. Are you ready for callers? I'm ready for ballers. Then MGN says, I don't know, but no. And then Guacamole was asking, did you hear Star Wars Andor is getting a sequel? I didn't think it ended at a... The season ended at a finishing point. And yes, 12 seconds, Peter. That's good news to me. I enjoyed Andor. Star Wars if else. Okay. Caught up. I am bringing Peter into chat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I don't know if everything is set up. I need to start virtual camera.
I will start
this camera.
Words.
And I can hear you.
I will do my part and say words. These are words.
Yes. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna try this MAUI thing, but hello, Peter. How is your day going so far?
All is well-ish. And Waka did ask, no, who was it that asked about gaming? They're just asking, right? They're just dropping it at stream and then throwing
I don't know. Regardless, I mean, it's community day, so I'll answer to the best of my ability.
Yeah, simple answer is gaming pays less. Like any of the fun jobs generally pay less, a lot less, and they have, they have the weird culture of like crunch time that the devs
oh yeah, oh gosh, yeah.
They complain about, but they also like keep doing. So I don't think Anyway, don't do gaming.
Fun equals
Not a
suffering.
job.
Check. Peter will appreciate this. Someone asked my team for a VM to implement their own web RCP? RPC?
Is it web
server on Azure.
RPC? I have to Google.
Guac says, very much so, in crunch time. Oh, Guacamole is in crunch time right now. Whoa. Let me... Oh, you can't actually change the UI size when you're in the new project window. Blech. Okay, so regular... No, not Blazor. I'm so used to clicking on Blazor. A regular MAUI app without Blazor UI. Oh, I'm so looking forward to the MAUI hybrid all-inclusive app.
Wow.
And yes,
RPC. Web RPC. It's...
Hello to the hardworking and awesome devs there. I'm a UI UX designer, by the way. Awesome. Awesome. I have been trying to gain skills in UI and UX. So we took the stream project and went through a whole redesign process of the landing page. And I did learn Figma a little bit better. And I learned some design methods and stuff, but I'm still working on it. Still chipping away at it. So hold on, I'm actually having fun at my job and don't know it. I'm having fun in my job without the frustration, which is kind of sad. I do like frustration, just not on purpose, I guess. It's frustrating. Man, there's
By the
no
way, Daypop, I'm not knowledgeable enough to know. But I did not appreciate it, but because I'm ignorant. So you know. I'm ignorant because my head is full of certificate knowledge. I'm going to use Terraform to rotate some more certificates soon, apparently. Into the guy Monday. To get a run book of sorts.
That sounds like a lot of fun. What? What? So confusing. Okay. Don't look at my hard drive space or lack thereof.
Whoa! I'm looking. 2 terabytes is used. Is that terabytes?
It's all... Yeah, it was terabytes. It's all music plugins and VSTs and all that stuff. 4 terabytes, and then another terabyte, and then another terabyte, and...
Ooh, okay.
Whoa, my Google Drive is almost full. I don't exactly know why that one's almost full. Okay. Thyrovius. Yeah. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, you don't get to select Auth.
Everyone in chat shame him.
Oh, for paying for Google One?
No, just for having that much data. I mean, you might be uploading videos to YouTube, I guess. But like...
Yeah, so I don't download those to my computer or anything. I just go straight from Twitch to YouTube.
You should have used that excuse.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Why would I lie? Just pretend I'm not here.
What else do we got? There were a lot of things. I've been reading quietly.
I haven't. Marcus voice coding was saying to you, yes, I've caught some of them. Shame I cannot use it though, as my microphone is global, not just for one app. Because you were asking about the Code Rushed streams.
Yeah, that's Mark Miller, the old famous Code Rush creator. He does streams and he does a lot of wacky stuff. Really well, good production value, by the way. But Anyway, so yeah, he one of the things he's working on is uh voice driving. So Marcus, whose name is this voice coder, you know,
Marcus Voice
thought.
Coder, yeah.
By the way, Marcus, you can have a second microphone. I mean, part of it is being hands-free, I understand, but like there's nothing stopping you from having a second microphone. You can activate
In
it, push
fact,
to
you
talk type
probably
stuff.
do on your camera, on your webcam.
Oh, and I mean, because he is saying like, hey, if I use this Code Rush thing, then I won't get uh, I won't be able to use the voice stuff for the rest of the PC, which is true. But if you have like a push to talk mic, a second one, you can use it. Think about it.
Yeah, it's his voice software. Not the microphone.
I don't know. Think about it. But you know what? I don't know. So this is where I'm confidently wrong, probably. So anyway,
I want to be confidently wrong.
you join. Yeah, I joined what I'm doing. We'll burst with confidence. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, fair enough. And there are like gas pedal type things for foot pedals, but it's whatever. Yep. What else we got? So good morning, afternoon, and evening.
Good
I'm
evening. Hello.
watching you do that. By the way, y'all,
I was letting you read chat.
Yeah. No, I'm now watching you. This is a good split, separation. This is good pair programming. One person attacks the computer problem. The second person completely ignores what's happening on the screen and checks their phone. That is ideal peak pair programming. So that's
Oops.
yeah. Oh, so I do want to just give a report. I'm gonna try Aspire for our actual
Okay.
monolith flagship. And we're not going to do everything. Like there's all these different things like hooking up the config, not happening. Like just where I'm going to do the minimum to get it working, and then I will avoid integrating it with our config system. And then I will try and see if I can get the logging to send, and then yeah, all the databases so I can see how many queries we're running and stuff. And that will be exciting for me because we don't have the best what's it called, we don't have the best run it local experience, but I'm not developing, so I don't need to worry about it, but I am interested now.
Ooh. So what accumulated while I was trying to get this project set up? I know RPA, says Gilgamesh. RPA is a request for personnel action. Back in my human resources days.
Okay.
Actually having fun at my job. VM Azure has this thing called communication services. And any openings, ask Guacamole to TBD is about having fun at his job. I'm having fun at my job. On a daily basis, it is so nice. I can recommend to everyone to try to get to a point where you love your job. Should save a lot of work. Set up for hybrid Blazor. Oh, and if you couldn't see, the app crashed randomly. Visual Studio crashed. Thanks for calling me
I was
out.
once again checking my work Slack, so There were messages.
Oh, lots of messages.
Oh, new video. I will click it, Marcus, but I can't promise you I'm going to watch it.
I'll catch up eventually. Try learning design systems. Yes, I've caught some of them. Shame. Well, Mgion, since you hadn't told me whether or not that's correct, I will continue calling you that. It could be Gion, maybe. But I want to get proficient at UI design as a developer, not as an actual UI designer. And I'm starting to refine that more and more, that is what I'm really trying to do with this. So what I normally do when I am faced with doing a full stack project where I need to come up with the UI and the implementation and the backend services and all of that, I just do whatever presents the stuff on screen in a way that it's usable, and then focus all of my attention and work on the back end or middle tier services. But I wanted to at least get some amount of aesthetic in here.
Yeah, it's nice. Nicer than what I have.
Nicer than what I used to have, but it still took a lot of... It wasn't easy. It doesn't come natural. Stop butchering designs and prototypes as you dev them. Do you know Gilgamesh? Mgion. Rob Lang Dev says, "Oh my, C drive. Nothing like living on the edge. 2 terabytes, chat." Yeah. Now you know where I am.
You can just summarize. We pilloried you repeatedly for your hard drives.
And that's just one computer. The other computer is in a similar state.
Oh, goodness.
But really, it is all of the plugins and VSTs and stuff from Native Instruments.
Okay. If you say so. No, it's all good.
And the LLMs and the...
Oh, yeah, those will take up space.
Oh, and the Unity projects. When you start a new Unity project, you get 2 gigabytes taken up just by file new project. It's crazy. How'd you know? My UI UX guy making hell by showing features that our product can't even support. What are you guys even talking about? I'm praying for your UI UX journey, man. It's about time to make devs cry. Not really a microphone. It's Talon voice software I have to use one at a time. And there's a problem with push. No hand. Yeah, so the push to talk thing, I don't know if you know, but Marcus Voice Coder doesn't have very good use of his hands.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was like, yeah, you're right. I guess he's right. I don't have. Anyway, I like connecting people and then being competently wrong. You know?
Yes.
So
I don't mind that approach at all.
It's kind of a, it's you get the good with the bad. So I tried. Anyway.
That's why you look like you still have power. MGN says, well, maybe there's preparation. I don't know what that conversation is about, but I'll let you guys continue your conversation. Have you tried navigating Figma's dev mode? Yes, and I am not a fan of it. I was trying to get things like the SVG for an icon on here, for example. That's not the one, but there is an SVG somewhere on here that I was trying to get. It was the logo. And there was no way for me to really copy this asset the right way. It was never coming through. So then I just turned off dev mode, went back, because I'm role playing all of these roles. And one of them is to be the UI designer who doesn't have development skills. He knows some CS, some CSS, some HTML, but mostly works in design applications like Figma or Adobe Illustrator or whatever. And then I was also role playing as the developer who doesn't really have very good design skills and is just using whatever he's given by the designer, but is really good at implementing the things he sees on screen. And so working with a tool like Figma, which I still am not very, very proficient at, not super proficient at, I guess, it was still difficult for me to navigate using dev mode as a developer, wanting to do the things that I was used to doing, which is right click, give me the image so I can use it in the app. Enjoying the beautiful weather on the east coast of the US. You? Because 8bits is here. Hello, 8bits. Okay, so we had Big Gamey. I don't know if we actually got a shout out for him. Big Gamey, game developer extraordinaire. Yep, we did get a shout out for him. He is working. He's going to be working soon on the Journ Jam, but he's still working on a game from his most recent jam that he just wanted to get further along and finish up. I think that's what he's still doing. Last time we just talked for most of his stream, kind of like we do on this stream. And 8bits per play is a Unity developer working in the latest versions of Unity and doing really cool things with the sprite portion of Unity. Beans. Oh, Irish Jam. Nice. Okay, if you want reference and competent analysis roleplay, I can provide some. 8bit says, doing great. Been enjoying a couple-day break through, though, on my Unity sprite editor updates. Last couple days have been just amazing for dev time. Imgian says, you mean you want to export or download the SVG? So, like, the thing that I know that I can do is right-click on an asset and copy as SVG, and then I can take that over to Visual Studio, create an SVG file, and for me it's actually a .razor file because I make Blazor icons from Blazor components, just because that's how I did it. But let's say that I just want an SVG. This is Automated Realms SVG. Then I could just pasta it and call it good. But it never quite copied correctly for me. But actually what happened before was I wasn't even able to select the logo part itself. I don't know why I'm able to now, but I just wasn't able to before. Was it this one? Yeah, I don't know. But it's all good now. I mean, I've gotten all the logo stuff that I need. I had the UI designer recreate the logo SVG and send it to me as just an SVG with the correct gradients and everything and layout and all that stuff. So we're good to go. Everything's good. Everything's gravy. All right. So what I'm going to be doing oh, go ahead.
Nothing. I have nothing to say. I've just been quiet.
What I'm going to be doing in the background.
Judging. Go ahead.
Yes, please do. Is Diedrich's question is, how do I get my MAUI application to work with, and I like how it completely disconnected the project, to work with a MySQL database. I want to just say database. I heard someone from New Zealand say database, so it must be database. Connect to a MySQL database for authentication purposes. So I could have sworn I told you to default to C project repos.
I'm just gonna give I do have thoughts on this. I told Dietrich, like, I didn't respond on the Discord. If anyone wants to write a novel on the Discord, he's posted there. So maybe he'll read your novel. Probably not. But as a response, like, from the questions I am hearing, it sounds like you need to learn a lot of stuff to get this project done, including all of Entity Framework, no matter where it's hosted. And then how to do auth on Blazor, how to do UI on Blazor.
On
like,
MAUI.
Or MAUI. My bad. How to do the UI, how to do auth, where to host your backend services, or if you're building it in the app. Like all these things, but like it's just so much. I think like this is how I work. Like I am not the strongest programmer, that I can't just sit down and implement something, you know? I get frustrated, all that kind of stuff. I start puttering around. So I need checkpoints. I need quick feedback. So I would highly recommend that Dietrich like find the smallest chunk of work and get it functional. And y'all don't even understand what I mean by smallest. I mean like make a view model class like you have, right? With all your data in it that you want to display, and then fill it out with dummy data. And then spend 2 days building out your form to render it. And then after that, then you have a checkpoint. Like that's a checkpoint. Like I can render this dummy data. And some of it's going to be wrong. Who cares? And then you go and you say, I need an entity framework model for all this data. And you go set up entity framework, or you set it up in MySQL or whatever. Which, by the way, the only way to say it is MySQL. It's the only way. Every other way is wrong. Get out of chat. If you disagree, leave the stream. No, I'm messed up.
Cool. I'm not in chat, so I get to disagree, right?
Yeah. So, there we go. Got him. So implement, like, you can start building out the database before or after the UI. I prefer after the UI, but whatever. And then you can hook it up to Entity Framework again, depending on how you do it. It's like all these things are projects, and we haven't even said the word auth. And we haven't even talked about security for a fat client app. Like, how are you going to secure a fat client app?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to do a login, and then they're going to have to store a token. But it is a lot like a web app, like a JavaScript-powered web app, where you store a token and you have to log in, and maybe you store the token beyond one session, and then they expire and all that. All right, what do we got? I will have to leave soon, by the way. It's a hectic day. Things are semi on fire, and someone else is gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to step up.
Just need to go PHP.
Yeah, President. Thank you for agreeing with me. I agree with your agreeing. Yeah, he says if that next step fails, you know what is responsible for failing. Yeah. I also am heavily, I would encourage everyone to make Git checkpoints, like commit every time your code is stable and working. And those are,
I like
so
this.
Like, yeah, but let's look at your open status right now. What do you got on this project? On the financial tracker. Financial tracker.
No. Oh no. Stop that.
Yeah, you can't. We can't do what I say, not what I do. Roasted.
It should be stable. It should be stable and checked in at our latest UI.
You're not looking on your local. Where's your local Git status? Okay, 2 days ago. That's better, but like. You know.
Well, that's because that's the last time we worked on the project.
Yeah, that's all right. So see, this is where being confidently wrong. See, you're doing it right, according to me, which is the only important. TBD asks, how do you pronounce Postgres?
Postgres.
That's all you say. Rest is silent. So the QL is silent. What do we got? What's up, Zulius? I'm seeing you more here on this stream than the other stream. Which again, 1-1 is a massive 1,000-person stream. So when we see each other, it's very, very unusual. Anyway, it's jarring. It's jarring.
I have 2 pending changes because we didn't finish any work. It's not stable, and I ended my workday. The stream. And everything is pushed.
Dino dancing. Gabriel, you disgust me. You and your dancing dino. There we go. I really do have to leave. So I'm shooting out bombs, reading chat, and then I'm gonna get out of here and let you deal with it. Fallout.
I like to fall out.
tbdgamer says commenting out the code, it's the only way. I'm a hater, but like I don't care anymore. Like if you commit commented out code, it's gross. But it's obvious you don't trust the source control, but it's also, if you're pretty sure you're gonna come back to it, you can comment. Yeah, I'm just so flexible in a bad way. Okay, also I live in merge commit filth. No one never squash in my presence. Or rebase in my
really?
presence. No, it's fine. It actually is again like a skill thing. Like if you know how to do it, it's good. I like
doing a lot of mini commits for the same effort in the branch. It's like, yes, it is stable. I want to commit it. Let's do it.
I think I get it on bigger projects. You could like literally say this is the description of the feature and squash all your commits into it. But then what happens when you like fix white space and then it's like I fix this white space when a feature.
Yeah. Then you do a mini commit after you're done with it, work on your next part, and then squash them.
See, I like the white space, and I was once blamed on a team for making changes to the code, and I had to vigorously defend myself. That was TF version of control, and I had to defend myself. They call it TF annotate. They don't call it get blame. Git says what it is. It is get blame, but TF annotate showed me, and I was like, I was making white space changes. Anyway, that taught me.
I did not enjoy TFVS. Well, I guess it was VSTS for me because I only used the web one. But same thing.
Yeah. I think nowadays I've used Azure DevOps. It's mostly okay. I don't know about the source control, which no one chooses that one now. You got a lot of stuff. Squash with rebase tastes pretty good. Nice. May or may not be extra salty today. TBD, this is what the community day is for. Ranting. And being confidently wrong. 2 key elements.
I have the opinions. Disclaimer. Is that what this is?
Yeah, you have the disclaimer rolling through the bottom of the stream. Okay. Folders with complete copies, Napalm. Yep. I agree.
Just yep. That's one of my favorite things to go back on. 1 kilobit. Today is Community Day, so we are just having conversations surrounding topics relevant to the stream. I am trying to show Diedrich an example of hooking up a MAUI application to to some kind of authentication service. And the authentication service right now is just being represented by this API backend. And I'm starting to build up the database, but I forgot what the identity DB context thing is, as well as making the models for it that it needs and all that stuff. So,
all right, this is where I have to bail. I have to bail, and someone else has to step up to the plate. So anyway, we
it's
have
fine. If no one does, I'll be able to catch up on chat.
Yeah. It's same with me, except it's work chat that pays me money.
Oh no.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that chat. All right. So anyway, for my stand-up, been doing a lot of connecting, networking, and synergizing. You know, this is kind of a weak stand-up, but just go with it. But thank you.
Well, you
and,
also said aspire, so just say aspire and then.
Looking into Aspire, pretty sure I will spend less than 10 minutes actually looking at it today. But that's the real stand-up. Fake stand-up is I plan to go heads down for 4 months and come out with nothing. So that's going to be my stand-up for the next 4 months. Lot of no progress and no blockers.
Zoom. And he's off. Thank you so much for chatting with us, Peter. It was really, really fun. Always is fun. If you guys aren't aware of what Community Day is, it is a day where I invite any of you to come up with topics in chat and or hop into our Discord, join any of the voice channels. I need to update the instruction on this, but if you do want to do voice, just know that your voice will come through on stream, and I post the VODs to YouTube, so it'll stay there forever. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always use chat. But if you are wanting to do that, and you do hop into Discord, join any of the voice channels, probably the stream waiting room would be the most appropriate, but you can choose any one you want, and then type !waiting in chat, and that should give me a notice that you are waiting in the chat room. So let me see if I can get caught up on all of the words that happened. I tend to get pretty tunnel visioned when I am speaking with people using voice. So I try to read through chat and respond in chat, but I try not to interrupt the person that is on the call if they are speaking. So most of the time I'm listening to them, trying to pay attention to them, and responding to them before even being able to read chat. So Postgres. How do you say that one, Mr. Smarty Pants? Just Postgres. PostgreSQL. Postgres. Chat blew up. Speech recognition comes out the same no matter what way I say true. That's awesome. I agree with your agreeing with my agreeing, said President Not Sure. Nave Holmes says, commit often, cry last. Truth. Marcus said, the best thing about source control, you can delete code and not have to worry. I love that. Also, squash your poop. And don't use merge commits. Don't use merge commits. What's a merge commit? Is that like when you do a PR, it automatically creates a commit when you do the merge? Because I like that, because that's the thing that gets sent to the pipeline, and then you can see what PR it was from. Yeah, I like that a lot. I really like merge commits. I don't like squash. It tastes funny. I like spaghetti squash, Dukasoft. I don't really like squash in general, but spaghetti squash is so good. Gabriel is here. We are not sorry for dino dancing, nor should you be. Peter says you should be. I say you should not be. TBD said to Marcus, commenting out the code, it's the only way. Napalm said didn't even need the bot. To Dukasoft. Yeah. Oh, for the joke. Got it. Okay. President Not Sure says squash with rebase tastes pretty good though. Guacamole went to lurk. And TBD says I may or may not be extra salty today. Sorry. You can be however you want to be. I will accept you as you are. Come as you are. Come as you are. But I will ask you to not disrespect other people on stream, and I'll let you know if you are borderlining on that, but be who you are, be as you are. And yeah, don't violate TOS. Napalm said to TBD, what about folders with complete copies v1, v2, final 1, final 2, and so on? I may be guilty of that when it comes to, oh, what did I do that recently with? I'm running a local Lineage 2 server, and I have a working copy of the server, and I want to push. I wanted to make changes to the Java code for it, rebuild it, and then redeploy it. And I do that all locally with no. Well, I guess I did put the Lineage 2 thing in a private repo, but I create folder copy backups, and I'm like, this is the current working version, and so all of mine are current working version with the date on it. Like, just set it up to auto deploy. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Celia said to Peter, I do tend to see you there all the time because your yellow all caps name stands out so well in my Chatterino. But agree, I'm not chatting much there myself anymore. I don't know which chat you guys are talking about, but I hope you're having fun, no matter what it is. TBD said, I didn't squash, but now I'm seeing the benefits of squashing, so I'm going to start doing it. Nice. Marcus said, I used to be into using Copilot to create the commit message, but it seems to be just something generic that doesn't really mean anything lately in Visual Studio Code. Also, in Visual Studio proper, I don't know what else to call it in this, it doesn't really capture the changes that you made. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to do, but I have tried having it generate a commit message for all my changes. Never does. Or hasn't yet, I should say. President Usher said you can use Git in Azure DevOps, but I just don't. That is what I use for my work product, dev.azure.com. This is my current project that I'm working on actively now. Here's my repo. You can see that it's using Git. I should have a branch going. Here's my initial library. Here's my source, the actual project itself, the sample app. Oh, good times. I love development. I don't know if you guys know that. And then 1 kilobit is here. 11D kilobit is here. 2 kilobits, 3 kilobits is here. All of the above kilobits is here. What do people think of the profiles now in Visual Studio Code? I don't use Visual Studio Code, but I'm assuming that they would be very helpful, especially if you're trying to keep your projects separated by whatever it is that you do. Zulia said, Garfield face? Is that Garfield? No. Anyway, I'm not familiar with that. Streamer? IJP? But I do like the emoji. And then a clap at LiveCoding. Talked about Community Day, haven't yet used them for profiles. Do you guys consider doing AR, VR, XR niche? I do. I really have a desire to do AR specifically and create productivity applications in AR, especially some kind of IDE. I'm hoping someone beats me to it and creates something amazing. I know that there are things out there, but that is something that I am very interested in. And I got a waiting. Okay, so bringing TBD in. Sorry for taking so long. I just now saw it. Ready? Go.
Hello.
Hello. And also hello. I am way behind on chat. I'm gonna skip over all your stuff because now that you're here, you can say it out loud.
Yeah.
President
Yeah.
Usher was just agreeing with whatever it was that you were saying. Oh no, what I was saying about the squash and merge commits.
Yeah.
If you want to get on both, use one squashed commit linked to PR. Yeah, but I like the name that says merged from this branch or whatever the thing is that you get for free.
One of those days where I have little time and a lot to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm
Okay.
not trying to jump in there. I'm just trying to say, like, I'd love to
No, I'll
talk about
rush.
that because, like, squashing merges and stuff is something I've only recently done, and I now see the benefit when used in a multi-team environment where if you need to revert a team's change because they've broken something, if you've merged and wound all those changes in with everything else, it becomes an absolute nightmare. Whereas if you have a single squashed merge commit into your main branch, it's easy to revert a team's change from the rest of the code and not have as many problems. I've kind of learned that lesson very recently. But the reason I jumped in is because two things. The first thing was I've just learned that we merge bidirectionally. We merge backwards from our master branch into our staging and from our dev into our staging.
Yeah.
Which breaks my brain
that
a
makes
little
sense to me. The reason it makes sense to me is because like you want to keep whatever branch you're working on up to date with master. So like it's kind of like the Git flow where you have that dev trunk and you only ever push to dev, and then when you're ready to do releases, that's when you do to main, and that would be the only time. But then you also still need to resync your dev branch with main on occasion.
Yeah, because I just went to do a PR and it's got someone else's change in it, and I branched off master, and I'm like, why does my change have two changes I'm pulling? Oh no, we didn't merge something, and yeah, we did. We have completely missed a hotfix being merged back, or we've overwritten it.
Yeah, bad.
So now I've got to send people off running around, and it's a one-line change. It's actually commenting out some code.
Oh gosh.
And
then committing that.
commenting out code with a comment that explains what problem it's fixing. Like, whatever. Whatever. So it hurts on so many levels because then we missed the hotfix. We missed the hotfix from coming back. So now my commit now looks like it has someone else's change in it. I'm like, is this meant to be reverted? See how you end up going in big circles. So I wanted to share because it was relevant and I couldn't talk through that in chat. And I have to go in like 5 or 10 minutes. But I also wanted to say thank you to Gian and those and 8 bits per play, because I'm not having a great day. It didn't start off well. My handbrake didn't go all the way on, and I wasn't paying attention and rolled into the back of my neighbor's car.
No.
That's how I started my day at 6 a.m.
No.
Then I tried to order breakfast, and I sat there waiting for it, and they cancelled it. So I was hungry. So everything just kind of piled on to begin the day. And I'm doing this sort of stuff. So my day is just having a bad day. I'm not actually doubting myself right now. I'm just doubting that I want to be a developer anymore. Because I'm just sick of dealing with other developers. So I'm just having a bad day in general.
Understandable.
But I would never be disrespectful from a saltiness perspective.
Oh, of course.
I would.
I know that.
Yeah, but I've got to go on another call in a few minutes to talk about another feature that is failing because it's randomly killing processes in production. The developers didn't think that this script could actually run on the wrong server.
Oh no!
So it just kills a process ID indiscriminately because it's got elevated privileges. Like some design.
Yeah, design flaws.
Yeah. It's just been one of those days that like it's stacked up. So this morning, rather than stream, I was in no mood. I just bumped into the neighbor's car. My breakfast was cancelled. I was like, I'm not streaming today. So I jumped into Gran Turismo and did some racing to not do anything near the computer for the start of stream. Oh, the start of time.
Whoa. It was really cool that you were still able to stream and be put together. Or you didn't stream today. That
No,
was
I
yesterday.
didn't, I
I
delivered
am.
yesterday.
I'm living
Yeah.
cross time. It's okay.
Yeah. It's streaming is hard to start up at the best of times. But then when your brain just isn't with the coding and with the process, you don't want to, like, especially when there's not a lot of other stuff on my stream, right? So the interaction, if the interaction isn't there, and I'm also in a bad mood, then it's going to come across worse than on a stream where there's a lot of things going on and there's a lot of activity, etc. Because it starts the day. So yeah, it's important to stay positive.
Understandable. I mean, it's important to stay true to yourself, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's
like, I like honesty with yourself better than positivity, because honesty is like acknowledging where you're at and not necessarily needing to change it, especially not immediately, because that just turns toxic. Like, people are like, you cannot be upset, you are not allowed, not in this environment, we need to get done, and you are being a disturbance. And it's like, well, I will stop being human, thanks. No, you're allowed.
Yeah, but I did want to say personally thank you to 8bits and to
awesome.
I'm never going to pronounce the name right.
Yeah, I haven't been. They haven't corrected me yet, so.
Well, I think
MGN?
they did say the name earlier.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they gave the name
GM,
I think. But
missed it.
But it's some good advice, and it is solid and worth standing by.
Oh man. Okay, so if you have things that you feel like talking about, please do. I'm going to try to read through the rest of the chat. Yeah, I'm using L2J Xcoding. Can you get super quiet?
Oh, sorry. I was also looking through chat to see if there's anything because like the whole commit. One of the things I did learn relatively recently is more about. In the past, I'd been using Git as I'd been using GitHub and Git and working with single team. And the challenges of a single team working in Git are not the same as 5 or 6 teams working in a shared repository. It's a much different challenge when you're out of the flow from once it goes to a development branch. And someone else takes control is a very different experience, and it comes with some very unique challenges that I didn't realize until recently. So it's definitely something I have come to appreciate more. So I will be squashing more in the future when I think to do it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. You actually did coding for L2 official servers. That's crazy. I loved Lineage too. That's why I'm still. We went back to it because we were tired of what it's become. So we're playing High Five. It's so great. Pull origin. Hello, science. Oh my gosh. The shout out would have been from Dukasoft because he's amazing. I hope you're doing fantastic. If you guys don't know Science Streams, which I'm sure all of you do, he is not only here, he is also amazing, like everyone else, because I call everyone amazing because you guys are, including you, TBD. But Science does a whole bunch of science-related stuff on his streams. I believe it's a Monday through Friday stream. I'm almost always lurking. It usually happens in the evenings when I am cooking, but he does IRL streams where he's walking through zoos and nature places to talk about rocks and talk about sciencey things. He's dissecting ants on stream, finding out whether they are queens or not. He's talking about just a whole bunch of different microbiology topics as well. They are him, his wife, his partner, I don't know, and his daughter are all just part of this amazing team that teaches us science in a fun, interesting way. He's also a Twitch ambassador. Yay. How'd I do? That run you over
your descriptions of other streamers are fascinating. Like you are so positive and how do I say this? Like you are a hype man for all the other streamers, and it's awesome.
I mean, I try. Well, like I said, Emporium Guys stream. I haven't watched a lot of. I just know that the time that I went there and when I was able to listen in, it was really interesting content. But I don't really know what he works on.
Well, he's learning. He's learning his way through things like web APIs, Auth. He's just trying to share the learning and stuff. It's a really great stream to hang out in. Just don't get him started on Apple and yeah, he has some strong opinions on client-side coding and stuff. So yeah, it's a fun distraction if you need to do it. But,
awesome.
But anyway, I must run unfortunately because I do have a meeting. But I wanted to stop by and say thank you very much for the stream.
Nice.
And yeah, so from a
tell
stand-up
people about your
perspective,
stream first before your stand-up. Yeah,
I am currently working on Liquid Sky, which is a project for project management, for planning stories, planning items, trying to get to the actual information before the developers even have to worry about it, and also trying to increase visibility and transparency to management, etc. So I've been trying to build that now for, I think it's actually almost a year, Liquid Sky. So yeah, been trying. So from a stand-up perspective, I have made progress on the show completed stuff. So we introduced a new filter on the list today. So the status we introduced this week, and going into next week, we're going to do some more filtering stuff, add some more pieces to make the actual planning items more useful. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. So
and I take it your blocker is still the deciding whether to put the lookup list in the database or keep it as an enum or what?
Yeah, that's a hack I might have to live with for a while. So, but that it's not necessarily a blocker. We can move past it. We just have to accept that we've got technical debt, and then start figuring out where we trap technical debt. So There we go. Cool. Well, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
Take care and have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend as well.
Well,
tbdgamer, everyone. So as I mentioned, he has a great stream that happens on Monday through Fridays, typically at 7 a.m. Eastern time, which is UTC -4. And he talked about the project that he was working on, Liquid Sky, in a little bit more detail. Lots of archery. 8bits is going to lurk for some work. Diedrich, I am sorry I have not gotten anywhere on trying to add Auth to this. But we'll do our best. I found it. What is X? What is this? What even is this? Wow. Does your Git history look like Guitar Hero? Oh my gosh. Love it. I think I'm supposed to do stuff like react to it or something. I don't know. I don't know how to use social media, and I'm gonna choose not to learn. So you hit the moon too. Your Git commit history is a big dumpster that you only need to go back and rummage in maybe 2 times a year, maybe never. So why care about it? Choose filth. And the reason why is because I had to do it so much in my previous position. It was crazy. I totally missed your, I didn't miss it. I read it in my head, but I skipped over it. But MGon, I missed your comment about have I used a specific plugin in Figma. The only plugins I've used in Figma are, those are libraries, not plugins. Plugins are over here. The Iconify one, color generator thing so that I can create color gradients, sticky notes, and even more icons. And that's about it. Did you know that a normal person can reach his elbow using his tongue? Let me try. It said team or a single person. But not sure who that was in response to. But yes, all of the above is the answer. Super cool. I'm waiting to remake Lineage 2, L2J in C#, not wanting. I can't even read my own words. Nick Chapsas did some L2 in C#, and I did see his repo for it, and I was like, wait, I know this guy, because when we were looking for a server that we could use locally, we came across his code, his repo, but it was unfinished. I was like, ah, oh, man, it would have been nice to see it in C#. Oh, thank you all so much for the follows. I am sorry I have not been keeping up with thanking you all. As you could tell, we had some guests on the voice channel. Today is Community Day. Oops, or just Community Day. There we go. All right. But I thought it would be really cool to remake the back end in C#. It doesn't look super complex, and I can just think of, all right, Zeppelin. So what does Zeppelin give me in Figma? Unite your team across functions, life cycles. This sounds like something that would be hard to learn, but I will go ahead and add it. I don't really want to learn anything at the moment in Figma because we have switched to the role of the developer, of the UI developer, and we are almost done with it. Once we finish with the footer in responsive mode, then we will be moving to making sure that everything still looks good in the wider, and the other media queries are still applying correctly. Once we're done with that, we're going to upgrade the project to .NET 8. Convert everything over, and then we're going to make the decision on whether or not to do the rest of the pages, do the designs on the rest of the pages, or if we're going to move on to a new project. I'm going to finish this up regardless because I'm going to be using this app for myself, and it'll still be open source, and if I do make progress on it, it'll be in my GitHub, which you can see here. Okay. I might just chill now. Who needs the other 2 arrows? Was it because you hit it on the first try? Wait, it kind of seems like you missed. Oh wait, no, you got an 88. Okay. Nice. Here is the alpha crash, the repo. Yeah, I just don't remember seeing that it was complete or buildable. Maybe it was complete. I don't know. I just remember that I went straight to the L2J process and installed that. Okay, do follow science, no regrets. One day I'll make emotes. That's another thing that I just don't really spend very much time on stream related stuff because I do spend a lot of time on my work product. And then lately my passion has been in music. So I've been learning how to produce and mix and compose and all of those things. So that's what I'm spending my time on outside of the stream, as well as just hanging out with my wife and spending time with her and just having a great time. LiveCoding says, we know each other from back there too. Max Cheaters. Oh man. No way. So when I played Lineage 2 live, it was from around 2004 or 5 through around 2011, I want to say. And we were on Sieghart, which eventually became Saya. It merged and all that stuff and became Saya. My wife and I do a lot of fanfic, is what I'm going to call it. We did a lot of role play back in those days, and our characters became so vivid and so rich that we decided to write story stuff around them, and so we did that. And so we have fanfic. How about we listen to your music next stream? I will do that. I will do music on a stream, but I am still learning and I'm trying to get better. But Xcoding has played Lineage from 2006 to 2015. That's the plugin that devs I've worked with were using. Okay. All right. So is it easier to use than dev mode? And yeah. Oh, and it also looks like it costs money to use, which I kind of don't want to do that. But I could just have misread it.
We don't need to print the internet.
We don't. We really don't. Is Figma's cousin Fig Newton LOC Films? I saw that you were in here earlier, but again, I was doing a terrible job of keeping up in chat. Welcome in, though. 10 out of 10 would play Guitar Hero again. I don't know. I'm gonna pick up Rocksmith again, maybe in 10 years. Because one thing that happened is not completely. I lost a lot of my finger dexterity for playing bass guitar, and I found that out yesterday because at around 1:30, I stopped my workday and started working on the music, set up my bass guitar so that I could perform some of the parts for the song that I'm playing around with. And by the way that I'm learning how to do the music stuff is I'm using Suno, which a lot of you may have heard of, or some of you may have heard of. And I take those songs, put them into Fruity Loops, and arrange them myself, arrange it myself, and add the instruments, do the mix myself, and all of that stuff. Anyway, it's a really fun process. I can recommend for anyone that is learning music. And I'm also wanting to perform some of the parts for it. My beard grown an inch today already. Yeah, I know. I know. I probably am not gonna really be able to get to it because now I'm in the discovery process. What I have done so far for Diedrich's question is, I have a MAUI app. I'm having trouble with getting it connected to a backend service to provide auth. How do I do that? And so what I was essentially going to be showing is the approach that I would normally take for something that I don't know about, and I don't know how to hook up MAUI to a backend service off the bat, is I go with stuff that is recognizable to me. So I know how to do auth in Blazor using their built-in template. So I would start there. And yes, it is identity DB context. So I would essentially rip the authentication mechanism from a Blazor web app, .NET 8, using individual identity, set that up separately. So my DB context would match this one. I would have all of the same imports and stuff. So that would be my database. My application user would go in the models folder because that would be shared in multiple places. Oops, I put that in API, but whatever. Sync. Go. Do the thing. and then reference that from the database. And this is essentially going to be the entities for, I'm going to go ahead and put it up here. It's going to be the entities for the database. And then there's going to be a shared project that has shared stuff that the API would be sending back to the client. So there would be another project in here called .shared, essentially. The API would have the same account logic that would come from the .NET 8 project. So we would go to login, find out where exactly this thing sends the requests to and how it handles doing the authentication and authorization. It uses this identity, user identity. Persisting revalidating authentication state provider. So we would use this exact same class. We would use this class to do the request from the MAUI application to the backend service. The server is, wait, this is the server. We would use the client's version of it, persisting authentication state provider, persistent. But yeah, so I guess in short, what my recommendation is to you, Diedrich, is to create a new .NET application. It can be MVC, ASP.NET, Razor Pages, or Blazor with Auth. Set them all up to do authentication. Yeah, I would still recommend doing Blazor because that one separates the client-side logic from the server-side logic, as well as gives you the server-side stuff that you need to set up in order to have like an API do your authentication and authorization setup for you. And then the client will show you how to make requests to it to do your, I'd like to log in. And this setup is a little bit different than it used to be. It used to use Duende Identity Server, and on the client, what it would do is request a JWT, a JSON Web Token, and that would be where all of your claims, your principal, all of that stuff would be contained in that JWT. Yeah. So, man. I say it that way because I'm looking at the clock and there's like 15 minutes, but that would be where I start. And then if I catch up in chat, well, I am caught up in chat. Okay, so hey, I heard some migrating geese. Nice. I need to take music breaks too. Who do you look up to as a music producer nowadays? I don't look up to anyone. I don't follow anyone specific. I do a lot of YouTube searches for how to do XYZ in Fruity Loops, in Vital. It'd be cool to be able to create my own synth instruments. One of the genres of music that I want to work on is synthwave. Thank you, Scott. Persisting revalidating authentication state provider. Yes. Only for individual accounts though. Yeah. So if you wanted to do something like MSAL, the built-in Entra identity system, then that has a different approach. But I would absolutely follow this process. I'm going to delete this file. I know. Oh, I was like, how did this file become that one suddenly? I thought I double clicked on it. And then we're going to need a couple of NuGet references. So once again, I would rip those NuGet references from here. If you're wondering what that was just now, that is Nodox. It is a plugin that Thindle developed for Visual Studio, and it will mask out any keys or any values in your JSON or XML files so that if you accidentally open your user secrets, then that will be masked out. Or any of your files that have sensitive information that are XML or JSON. They will get masked out. Identity Framework Core would probably be the thing that we need. I'm going to go ahead and grab these. Everything Entity Framework, essentially. To reference. And if your file is not parsable, or it's an invalid or malformed XML or JSON, it will just default to mask everything out as a safety net. Okay, so that gives us our references that we should need for this. And then application user would come from models. What are you missing? I copied you over. Oh, because the models project will also need some references because it doesn't know what identity user is. So that would also, well, oh man. I don't want the entire entity framework. So here's the thing that I like to do with my models. Hello, Scott. I will tell you in a second. The thing that I like to do with any database that I create is to make the entities and the database context in separate projects, because for most of the applications that I manage, they cross-pollinate. They access the same database. So I turn these two projects, the models and the database, into a NuGet package so that I can pull the database context into the server side of the project, and then the models can go everywhere. So I don't want models to have anything server technology referenced in them. And so I think the way that we do this is we just get the identity project or identity NuGet reference. Yeah, I don't exactly know how I do it now that I'm looking at this. We'll take a quick glance. So Scott, Diedrich asked, and there's a question in Discord if you are interested in helping out with it, but Diedrich asked about how to implement Auth in a .NET MAUI application. He's struggling to find resources on YouTube's, on the interwebs regarding how to accomplish that. So I was like, let's learn together, because I am eventually planning on making a MAUI project, the Vegemon application that I manage for work. I'm going to convert this from an MVC application. This is the .NET MVC application using .NET Core, to a MAUI application using Blazor for the UI. You are still using .NET Core, right? You're not .NET Framework. Anyway, I create my own job for Auth for my MAUI apps. If you have a reference to resources that you use, could you either share them here in chat or put them in Discord in references? If not, if that's too much work, then I completely understand, because sometimes it takes just as much work to find resources for it. But it would be extremely helpful if you happen to have time to... Oh, do you have a repo or anything that we could reference? Because that would be amazing too. And it's been a very long time ago that you researched. Yeah, and I have done so as well, but because of the number of applications that I use, I found one solution that worked really, really well. And then I just continued using that for all of my applications from there. So the thing that I'm trying to look for, is the connection manager identity. Oh, I don't have it cloned. Why are you not cloned? Open PowerShell here. Azure.com. I'm going to make sure that there are no sensitive details in the wiki. Repos, identity, copy you. And I have PowerShell, and I say git clone pasta. Okay, so that should copy over soon. And what channel was the question at? I don't know. Diedrich, where did you ask the question? Probably Maui vacation? No. It was in the questions section. I mean, there are there are quite a few topical chat rooms. So there's a .NET help, and there are forums, codehelp.net. So which channel specifically? Top one. Top one is welcoming rules. Okay. Point me. Look at me. Forum welcome, stream announcements, codehelp.net. Oh. Oh my gosh, I looked at this channel already. Okay, so Scott, it's in the forums, codehelp.net, and it is the one that is titled MAUI plus MySQL login and registration. Yeah. Cool. But again, the approach that I would have taken if I couldn't find resources, like I'll definitely try to find resources first. And it sounds like you have, but you haven't found anything good. But I would then go to something that does have identity already implemented for a client-side application and figure out how can I implement this in my MAUI application. Because I know how to do this for web. But yeah. Yeah. Oof. But I mean, I think we understand now, though, that you're struggling to get authentication and authorization working in a MAUI application if you're going to take it one chunk at a time. Okay. And with that, my alarm is about to go off, so I'm going to tell it not to go off to let me know that we are nearing the end of our stream. Holy cow. It's been a fantastic, wonderful, fun stream. We had some great guests on voice channel and some great questions and conversations in chat. I am going to figure out, like I didn't even get the chance to re-lurk on people's streams. Oh, all right, so I'm gonna pick you, You and you. Okay, if any of you do have raid targets that you would prefer to go to, you can start suggesting them now. But yeah, so if you are able, Diedrich, I'm just going to restate my suggestion since I wasn't able to go into as much detail about it as I was thinking. And I don't know why I think I'm going to be able to do any coding on Fridays. Like, I'm supposed to be remaking my Blazor bot to include having Discord bot functionality and YouTube functionality, because if I start multi-streaming to YouTube as well, so that it'll upload there directly and I don't have to take the extra step of trying to export and all, then it would just be easier. How experienced are you with MAUI? So I know how to answer. He's getting started. He was recently starting to learn C#, got quite a bit into it, and then left it for a bit, it sounds like, and then went back to it for this project. Ampersand then. Okay. So the restate is create a brand new Blazor web app, .NET 8 with individual authentication selected. Find out how they do their the back end part of their authentication, which is going to be in the .NET 8 components account pages. And so this is where all of the login logic is. Move this logic into an API controller. So create a new API project and move the logic into an API controller that you can send requests to and get back responses, and it'll do all of the authentication hookup stuff for you. So he said, I left programming for a while to grieve my mother that passed away and been battling to get into it again. Well, welcome back to it. I am sorry for your loss, and I do hope that you were able to find some comfort during your time of grief. But yeah, that is going to be it for my time on the stream. As I mentioned before, I lurk on a bunch of people's streams, and it doesn't seem like there are that many people that I follow that are currently streaming. I got AWS that's streaming. I do follow them because I was interested in learning more about them, but not super interested that it takes precedence over me wanting to do music, for example. But we're going to go to this screen. I want to thank you all so very much for being here, for being amazing, for being wonderful people that you are. If no one else has any raid targets in mind, then I will choose one of the 3 developers that I am currently following that are streaming. I don't exactly know what he's doing. I know that he was learning Python the last time that he was doing oh, he's playing a game called The Farmer Was Replaced. So never mind. We're going to go to one of the 2 game devs. And I am going to pick Honey Dev. So again, thank you all so much for being here. I will be back again on Monday, provided I don't get jury duty again. I mean, I know I won't, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to go to Kenny Dev, who is working on a game in Godot, and he's just really good to hang out with. He's a really cool person. Shows up on our stream on occasion. If you aren't interested in that, you don't have to. Interested in game dev, you definitely don't have to come with. You can come with and drop, but I recommend hanging out with him. You will see me also later on Irish John Games' stream. He is trying to go for partners, so if everyone could and has the time and the availability to support him in that, just show up early, hang out, leave the volume at either 1% or mute the tab. Just don't completely mute the volume, otherwise you won't count. And yeah, anything else? Oh, I post the videos, like I said, to YouTube at some point after the stream. And you are always welcome to join our Discord. There is absolutely no requirement to, as there is never Discord. There is never any requirement for you to anything on the stream. If you feel trapped, then you probably shouldn't be doing whatever it is that makes you feel trapped or stressed. The end. Ciao for now.